Skyrover finally has a screen remote, and it's a massive upgrade that makes the flying experience so much better than using your phone. So if you're in the market for a camera drone, is Skyrover worth another look? And if you already own a Skyrover drone, should you upgrade to this remote? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. This new screen remote works on the Skyrover S1, the X1, and the new Skyrover V1. So no matter which Skyrover drone you have, you can use this new screen remote. I have the Skyrover X1, and it's got a very capable camera with a 1/1.3 inch sensor that shoots some very high quality 4K 60 video with a log profile and 10-bit HLG. It's got 360-degree obstacle avoidance and a 15-kilometer range. And if you're wondering, yeah, this drone is full of DJI DNA, but that's a good thing because it means we're getting tech that literally blows away anything else in this price category when it comes to range, reliability, and camera quality. I do have a complete review on this drone covering all the features and specs, so if you want to learn more about the Skyrover X1, I'll link to that video down below. Like I told you guys in that video, I really don't like using my phone to fly a drone. This screen remote makes the experience of setting up your drone so much smoother. This screen is basically an Android tablet that's been built right into the remote. And since its only function is to run the SkyRover app, it's fast, responsive, and reliable. It's a 5.5-inch screen with a brightness of 700 nits. That brightness is important so you can see the image on a sunny day. It has a 60 Hz refresh rate, which matches up perfectly with the 1080 60 frames per second live view that your drone is transmitting back to the remote. It has 4 antennas, these 2 folding antennas, and 2 antennas that are built into the body of the remote. And it does fully support the Skybridge 15-kilometer range. In the base remote, all 4 of the antennas are internal. I would think that this antenna design will give us better range and penetration, but I haven't actually tested the 2 side by side yet. I don't have any need to fly super far away. That's illegal anyway. But what is important to me is penetration, so I can maintain a solid signal even when I fly behind obstacles like trees. And if you didn't already know, the reason that Skyrover's Skybridge technology is so good is that it's basically DJI OcuSync 4, which is literally years ahead of any competitor in this price range. And getting DJI tech at a much better price is one of the major reasons why you should consider a Skyrover drone. We now have an SD card slot. Remember that this screen is basically an Android tablet, and it does have 32 gigs of storage built right in. Some of that is taken up by the operating system and the Skyrover app, so if you want to store your flight footage on the remote to view it back, or if you do a lot of screen recordings, you can just pop in an SD card. We also have a USB-C port right here, which supports fast charging, and the battery is rated for 3 hours. If you plan to fly longer than that, you can just bring along a battery bank, but battery life hasn't been an issue for me so far. Compared to the standard remote, the new screen remote is physically larger. It's also a little bit heavier because of that screen, and I assume a much larger battery. This larger remote feels much more comfortable and secure in my hands, and the buttons and controls are much better. Now we have dedicated video and photo buttons, 2 scroll wheels, and customizable C1 and C2 buttons on the back. This is a major improvement over the basic remote, which has just 1 record button, 1 scroll wheel, and 1 FN button. I never really liked the ergonomics of this remote. For example, I programmed my FN button to cruise control. And since you have to be flying with stick inputs when you activate cruise control, I had to turn my fingers into a claw or try to press it with my nose or something. The ergonomics of the screen remote are much better, and my fingers find the buttons naturally. They just land right where they should, and activating cruise control, or whatever you have programmed to this customizable button, is super easy because my middle finger is just naturally placed over the button as I'm flying. The gimbals are physically smaller in order to accommodate this screen, but they do feel very good. These sticks screw right on and off the gimbals like this, and they're stored in the back of the remote. If you're wondering if these sticks are interchangeable with the original remote, they're not, so don't lose them. If you're upgrading to this new screen remote and you need to pair your remote to your drone, it's super easy to do just by following the steps in the app. You put your drone in link mode by powering the drone up and then holding the power button for 4 seconds. But before you do that, make sure your drone is updated to the latest firmware. Support for the screen remote was added to the X1 in this firmware version that I'll put right on the screen, so make sure you're on that version or higher. This remote does have a built-in compass, which allows you to comply with remote ID requirements. Now, most pilots won't have to worry about remote ID since this drone is under 250 grams. But if you are required to use remote ID, or if you plan to use your drone on a monetized YouTube channel, this is an important feature so you don't have to fool around with external modules which add cost and weight. Also, the fact that SkyRover is going out of their way to support remote ID on a sub 250 gram drone hints at a possibility that SkyRover might release extended batteries in the future. Now, to be clear, this is pure speculation on my part, but being remote ID compliant would allow them to sell larger batteries in the future if they chose to do that. All right, you guys, now it's time for my conclusions. And I've got to say that for me, this screen remote is just completely worth the upgrade. It feels so much more solid in my hands, and I really like that the process of setting up the drone is so much faster and easier. It just makes it much more likely that I'll pull out my drone to grab an opportunity, now that I don't have to mess around with my phone, which was always kind of a pain. I've been flying drones for over 10 years, and I am blown away by the tech we can get for the price nowadays. Just a few years ago, a drone with this type of camera quality would have been so much more. Do you guys remember this? This is the DJI Crystal Sky. It's a screen, or a tablet, that was purpose-built to fly DJI drones, and it was really expensive. And now this smart remote has basically the same 5.5-inch 700 nit display built right into it. I think it's a great time to be a drone hobbyist or an aerial photographer or videographer when you consider the tech we can get for the price nowadays. And yes, I know this is because SkyRover drones are basically DJI drones in disguise in order to get around drone bans. But if that allows us to get proven, state-of-the-art drone technology at an incredible price without getting caught up in any customs or regulatory bans, that's a win for drone hobbyists and aerial videographers as far as I'm concerned. What do you guys think of this new screen remote? Have you tried it yet? And has anyone tried the new SkyRover V1? Let me know in the comments. I love talking drones with you guys. All right, that'll do it for this one. See you guys in the next video.